explain how to solve this. Here I am teaching thermal analysis, but this problem is from structural analysis. Now what I want to tell you, I want to show you how we can apply the Galerkin method for solving the differential equations. Okay, how we can apply the Galerkin method for solving differential equations. You write this problem. This is also a simple one. A uniform rod as shown in figure. This is a rod shown in figure. It is subject to uniform axial load. Uniform axial load means axial load which is uniform distributed over the rod. This is your axial load P, and that axial load, it is not point load, it is uniform distributed over the rod. Okay, the deformation of rod is governed by the differential equation AE d2y by d2u by dx square plus P, and that equal to 0. Now you know these boundary conditions. U0 is equal to 0 and du by dx it is equal to 0 at x is equal to L. That means displacement is 0 at this end, that is your fixed support, this one, and this gradient of displacement is 0 at x is equal to L, that means at free end. Okay, trial solution is u is equal to c0 plus c1x plus c2x square. Find the variation of the displacement. Find the variation, that means how displacement is varying over this rod. That means you have to find the solution to this differential equation. You have to find the solution to solution to the differential equation, which is given here. That is the governing differential equation of your problem, this one. Okay, have you finished it? Have you finished it? This is a differential equation. Now you have to find the solution to the differential equation by using this boundary conditions and this trial solution. Okay, over. ज्योतिबा झालं का? Akshay Shinde, is it over? Okay, I will give you, okay, I will give 2 minutes. Uddesh Rangari, have you finished the writing of the problem, Rangari?
Yes, sir.
Now, shall I start the solution? Shall I start the solution?
Sir.
Have you completed the writing of the problem statement? Have you completed a statement of the problem? Abhishek Sutar, have you finished the statement of the problem? Abhishek Sutar, I am asking to you. Amol Patil. Amol Patil.
Yes, sir. चालू आहे, sir.
When it will be finished? After finishing, you tell me. Okay.
हा.
झालाय सर, घ्या पुढे.
Okay. Now see here. Now see here, before going to start this, see here, I will explain the problem. See here, this data, that means this total data is I have given here, but there may be only this is the statement of the problem. Okay, that means uniform rod as shown in figure subject to uniform axial load. The deformation of rod is governed by the, this is not required. Deformation of rod is governed by differential equation. Find the variation of the displacement. Why it is not required, I will tell you. See here, if you consider this rod, and if I ask to find the governing differential equation of this rod, then you should be able to find this governing differential equation. So here actually I will not ask this type of questions, but you have to remember this differential equation should be known to you. Why it should be known to you? See here, this is not new concept for you. Why it is not new concept for you? If I write the equation for the force or deformation, if I write the force equation, here, okay, I will write here P, and here P is not constant force, P is a variable force, P is a function of X, okay, because here it is uniform distributed, okay. Now next is Px is equal to stress into area, that is sigma into A, okay. Now I will write this A into E into epsilon, means area into modulus of elasticity into strain, and that is your stress, okay. You know this equation. Now here you know the stress is differentiation or derivative of u with respect to x, that means derivative of displacement with respect to x. It becomes Ae du by dx, and it is a function of x, and here it is linear function of x, that is your force is linear function of x, that means it is uniform distributed. Uniform distribution means it is linear function of length. Am I right? Linear function of length. So this is Px is equal to A du by dx, okay. Do you agree with this? You have general equation for the force, that is P is equal to sigma into A, okay. Now here when P is constant, not necessary to write this Px, okay. You will get equal to sigma into dx, okay. Do you agree with this? This you will get du by dx is strain, and this is your modulus of elasticity. Sigma is I have replaced by modulus of elasticity into strain, okay. Same thing I have done here. Now when we differentiate this equation, when I take derivative of P with respect to x, I will get Ae d2 u by dx square, this is equal to 0, okay. Why? Because this pressure force is constant, but in this case your force is linear function of x, so it becomes P is equal to Ae d2 u by dx square, okay. Do you agree with this? Now when I take this term on other side, it becomes negative, but I don't know what is the sign. It will come after the solution, okay. So you will get Ae d2 u by dx square minus P or it may be plus depending upon the direction of force, and you will get 0. This is your differential equation. So here it is simple concept. It is simple concept, that is force is equal to stress into strain, and that equation is derived from that concept. Okay, have you got it? And now I will tell you boundary conditions. Boundary conditions. You can get the first boundary condition, that is u is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0. At x is equal to 0, u is equal to 0. Now du by dx is a strain. Strain at free end is 0. Okay, strain at free end is 0. You have to remember this. Okay. Now, these boundary conditions are also related to your discipline. Now, here in last lecture, I have taken the two differential equations, but in that differential equation, differential equations are not representing the, or we are not representing the any domain of the problem. Okay, here it is a structural domain and it is a well-defined problem, and you know the differential equation of this problem. Then we have to solve this differential equation. How to solve this differential equation? I will tell you. Have you got it? You see this equation. This equation, it is given, it is okay. It is given, it is okay. Not necessary to derive it for this problem. But you should understand this equation. Okay. If sometimes boundary conditions may not be given, sometimes this trial solution may not be given. Okay. Now Kunal Patil, have you got this? Kunal Patil? Dheeraj Chavan?
Yes.
Here this is not part of the problem. Just I have explained a concept, that is strength. In strength of material you have said force equal to stress into area. Stress into area. Now stress I have replaced by strain into modulus of elasticity. Okay, and strain into modulus of elasticity, and strain I have written in terms of the change in displacement with respect to distance. Okay, that is a governing differential problem. Okay. Already all the things are given in this problem, just we have to solve this problem. Okay, now we have to approximate the trial solution. How we can approximate the trial solution? I will tell you. See here there should be one constant term in the trial solution. Okay, while approximating, and order of the polynomial, it should be equal to the order of the differential equation. Okay, that means here it is C0 is constant term, C1x and C2x square. Okay, here it is given, but if it is not given, you have to remember this. You have to assume the polynomial in such a way that its order should be equal to the order of the differential equation. Conditions should be equal to the order of the polynomial again. Okay, do you agree with this? Means if you have second degree differential equation or second order differential equation, order of the differential equation is 2, then polynomial order should be 2 and there should be 2 boundary conditions. That means this is differential equation, this is polynomial order. Okay, order of polynomial. Okay, and here this should be boundary conditions. Means order is 2, order of the polynomial is 2, and there should be 2 boundary conditions. Okay, if it is not given in the problem, you have to remember this. So here boundary conditions are given, differential equation is also given, but there may be possibility of you have to select the trial solution. Okay, now how to solve this? Now, Jyotiba, you tell me what is the first step? We are going to solve this by Galvin method. Solution. Jyotiba. Now, first I have to see here. This is a in last problem we don't have to work on the, or we didn't have worked on boundary conditions, but here we have to work on the boundary conditions. Why we have to work on the boundary conditions? If you observe this one, this is C0 C1x plus C2x square. Okay, here we don't know whether it is satisfying the boundary conditions or not, but according to our rule it should be satisfied. That means boundary conditions should be satisfied by the trial solution. I will write here boundary conditions boundary conditions should be satisfied by trial solution. Okay, now your trial solution is u is equal to c0 plus c1x plus c2x square. Now first boundary condition you have to remember, it is first boundary condition is u is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0. Okay, that is this boundary condition, u0 is equal to 0. Okay, now what I will do, I will put this boundary condition in the trial solution. Now u becomes 0 equal to c0 sorry, okay, I will write here first point boundary conditions should be satisfied by trial solution. Okay, next one. Now first boundary condition is u is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0. This is your first boundary condition. Now it becomes 0 is equal to c0. Okay, do you agree with this? Therefore your polynomial becomes, trial solution becomes u is equal to c1x plus c2x square, c1x plus c2x square. Now this is your first boundary condition. Second boundary condition is du by dx at x equal to L, du by dx is equal to 0 at x is equal to L. So I will write here du by dx is equal to c1 plus 2c2x, and this is equal to 0 at x is equal to L. At x is equal to L, 0 equal to c1 plus 2c2L. Am I right? Do you agree with this? At x is equal to L. Okay, now this becomes c1 is equal to minus 2c2L. Okay, minus 2c2L. Now I will put this in the trial solution, all the terms. That means I will put this c0 is equal to 0, c1 is equal to minus 2c2L in the trial solution, this trial solution, and I will get u is equal to c1 is minus 2c2L into x plus c2x square, and this becomes c2 I will take out of the bracket, that means I will take constant, it becomes x square minus 2Lx. Have you got it? You check it. Have you got it? अक्षय शिंदे समझला?
Yes, sir.
ज्योतिबा महेश जालटे, Mahesh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now
Understood.
I will show you again. You see here trial solution should satisfy the boundary conditions. Means you have these two boundary conditions. Okay, this one and this one. Now according to first boundary condition, you have x is equal to 0, u is equal to 0, therefore c0 is equal to 0. Okay, means when we put x is equal to 0 in this equation, you will get c0 is equal to 0 because u is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0. Okay, next one, at x is equal to L, du by dx is equal to 0. Okay, now when we differentiate this equation, you will get c1 plus 2c2x. I will write the derivative here. Here derivative is this is equal to c1 plus 2c2x. This is derivative. Okay, du by this one is derivative. It is this is your du by dx. Okay, now at x is equal to L, you have to put here L. That means replace x by L. So it becomes c1 plus 2c2L equal to 0. Okay, and from this equation I can write this equation for c1, that is c1 is equal to minus 2c2L. c1 is equal to minus 2c2L. Okay, now after that this here we will get c0. Here we have got c2, sorry, c1. These two terms you have to put in the trial solution. That means this solution. Now you will get trial solution like this. Okay, and after that I have taken c2 common from these two terms. You will get this one. Okay, over. Now have you written this? Have you written this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now next one. Now we have calculated the trial solution. We have got the correct form of the trial solution. Now I want to solve this by Galerkin method. What is the next step of the Galerkin method? What is the next step? Galerkin method. Trial solution is over. First step is over. Second step of Galerkin method. Pratibha? Yes. Jyotiba? Yes. Put the trial solution. Put trial solution in governing differential equation. We have governing differential equation. This is your governing differential equation. Okay, now we need to put this trial solution in this governing differential equation. For that purpose we need d. Okay, now it is, you see this is your u, this is your u. You calculate the d2u by dx square. That becomes 2c2x. Am I right? 2c2x. Second derivative of this one. First derivative is, you see here, it is, I will write here, u is equal to this, u is equal to c2 into x square minus 2lx. Okay, it's a first derivative is du by dx. It is c2 as it is 2x minus 2l. Okay, now d2u by dx square, is this term becomes 0. Now this term will be there, 2c2x. Okay, 2c2, sorry, not x, 2c2 only. Okay, 2c2. Am I right? Shreyas बरोबर है ना second derivative? Shreyas?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we will write the residual by using this trial solution. Now r is equal to, can you tell me what is r here? R is equal to, yes, AE. Now derivative is 2c2 into 2c2. Okay, you just put the this polynomial, this trial solution in the governing differential equation, Okay, AE 2c2 plus p, it is not equal to 0. Why? Because this is not correct solution. Okay, AE 2c2 plus p is not equal to 0. Okay, now we have calculated the residual. Jyotiba, now you tell me what is the weighting function. Next step in Galerkin method, third step. weighting function. Select weighting function. I will change the color. Weighting function. Here, weighting function. Function. What is weighting function here? Can anyone tell what is weighting function? Yes. Can anyone tell? Shreyas, what is weighting function here? Shreyas, if you have doubt, you can ask me. How you have selecting the weighting function? How I can get it? Dheeraj, Cyrus Shinde. Cyrus? Cyrus Shinde, can you tell me what is weighting function? Weighting function is multiplier of the unknown parameter. Shreyas Chougule, why you are not telling? Here I have to solve two problems. You see here it is simple, very simple. You have to select here. This is a polynomial. This is a polynomial. Here your C2 is unknown parameter. C2 is unknown parameter. C2 and multiplier is this x square minus 2lx. Okay, this multiplier we have to take as a weighting function. Everywhere here you don't miss it. Okay, this is your weighting function. Okay, weighting function wi equal to x square minus 2lx. Okay, have you got it? Now again I will repeat this. Here this is your polynomial. This is your polynomial. After the polynomial, what we have done? We have calculated this du by dx. Not necessary to calculate. This is your d2u by dx square, or putting in governing differential equation. Now residual. For residual calculation, according to Galerkin method, we have to put trial solution in governing differential equation, and that will give your residual. Okay. Now for calculation of the residual, I have used this d2u by dt dx square in the governing differential equation. It becomes ae2c2 plus p is equal to residual. Okay, r. We have to select function. C2 is unknown parameter and multiplier is x square minus 2lx. Square minus 2lx. Therefore, this is your weighting function. This is your weighting function wi. Okay, you have to remember this here. And last two problems also we have done same thing. Okay, now it is weighting function is x square minus 2lx. Okay, x square minus 2lx. Jyotiba, Akshay Shinde, have you got it?
Yes, sir.
Amol Patil.
Yes, sir.
I will ask for next problem. Okay. See here, every time asking, I am telling this is a weighting function, this is a weighting function, and you are responding. Now this is your weighting function. Now what is next step? Next step is, what is next step? Integrate the product of residual and weighting function over the domain of the problem. And equate with the 0. That will give the solution to the problem. Okay. Now your r is here. We have calculated r here. This is your r. This is your weighting function. Now integrate the product of r into wi. R into wi is ae 2c2 plus p into x square minus Lx over dx, equate this with 0. Okay, so here limits are from 0 to L. 0 to L, not necessary to go for the limits because it will give direct solution. Now see here, this is your C2, A is C2, this is your R, and this one is your Wi. Okay, now according to Gaussian method, we have integrated that product over the domain and equated with 0. Okay, now see here, this, if you observe this first term, if you observe the first term, this one, this is a constant term. Okay, I can take out of the integration, that is AE into 2C2 plus P integration of x square minus Lx dx is equal to 0. Okay, have you got up to here? Now, out of these two terms, one term should be 0. Why? Because it is a product of two terms. You see here, this is a product of two terms. This one, this is first term and this is second term. Okay, we agree with this. When we make this term 0, this term 0, then you will not get the solution. That means you will not, x minus Lx, it will not give the solution to the problem. That means our aim is to find the unknown parameter. Okay, or I will take this on this side, so what I will get, E into 2C2, I will take 2 here, AE 2AEC2 plus P is equal to 0. Okay, now from this equation, C2 equal to minus P by 2AE. This is the value of C2. Now you got this unknown parameter, you put this unknown parameter in the polynomial. Here, this is the unknown parameter. You go to this unknown polynomial, that is first. Your polynomial is here. Okay, so your u will be in place of C2, you put minus P by 2AE into x square minus 2Lx. This is the solution to your governing differential equation. You can check with any method. Have you got it? Okay, I will explain once again. Now I will clean this. Now here I will start from residual. This is residual. We have calculated by putting the polynomial trial solution in the governing differential equation. After calculation of the residual, okay, we have to select the weighting function. Weighting function is multiplier of this C2. Okay. Next, according to Gaussian method, you have to take the product of R and Wi, and integrate that product over the domain. Means it is Rwi dx equal to 0. Okay. Now this will give the solution to our problem according to Gaussian method. Okay. Now so I will take the product of this R and Wi. Okay. You see this, I have taken here product of R and Wi. R is we have calculated here, and Wi is we have selected from the weighting function, that is from unknown parameter or multiplier of unknown parameter, and equated with 0. Okay. Now what I will do, I will take this term integration. Okay. Out of the integration, I will write here 2AE C2 plus p into integration of x square minus 2lx dx. Okay, this equal to 0. Now I will take this term on right side. It becomes 2a e c2 plus p equal to 0. Okay, equal to 0. Okay, from this we can get c2 is equal to minus p by 2ae, minus p by 2ae. Okay, you can see here c2 is equal to minus p by 2ae. Okay, now after that you put this c2 in your trial solution. Okay, this trial solution. Now after putting this in trial solution, your variation of the displacement is like this. Okay, you can see here, you can see this is your variation of the displacement. Okay, over. Now you can modify this by taking my negative sign inside the bracket. Now this is over. This is a solution to your differential equation. If you have doubt, you can ask me. See here, these type of problems are important. Here in UT also you will get these type of problems. If you have doubt, you can ask me.
सर
Yes.
सर ते मायनस साइन आत नाही घेतलं आणि तसंच ठेवलं चालतंय ना?
चालते काय problem नाही. Okay. That is a simple solution. Okay. Any other in the process? Any other doubt in the process? Okay. I think you don't have doubt. If you have doubt, you can ask me. Okay. I will. Now you have to solve one problem. Okay. Again, I will take one structural problem. Then I will go for the thermal problems. Now this is cantilever beam as shown in figure. You write this problem. It is a to uniform distributed load. Uniform distributed load. The governing differential equation is EI d4 y by dx raised to 4 minus p is equal to 0. Minus p is equal to 0. Okay. Now this governing differential equation you have studied in the strength of material, I think. Okay. Your see here. First derivative of the deflection. This y is deflection here. Y is deflection. Okay. First derivative of the deflection into EI is your slope. Second derivative of the deflection into EI, it is your movement. Okay. Third derivative of deflection into EI, it is your slope. And fourth derivative of deflection, load acting on the beam. This you have studied already. You have studied this. श्रेयस झालंय ना हे? श्रेयस?
Yes, sir.
Amol Patil?
Yes, sir.
Now write this problem. Only 15 minutes are remaining. You have to complete this. We have to complete this problem in 15 minutes. So you write fast. ओव्हर धीरज झालं ना, धीरज चव्हाण.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you see here, already I have told you y0 is equal to 0. That means y at x is equal to 0. Y at x is equal to 0, it is 0. Okay. That means your deflection is 0 at fixed support. Okay. dy by dx at x is equal to 0. Derivative of y with respect to x at x is equal to 0. It is also 0. dy by dx is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0. That means slope is also 0 at fixed support. Okay. Next, d2y by dx square. d2y by dx square, it is your term related to the moment, bending moment. Bending moment is 0 at x is equal to L. Here, second derivative is 0. Okay. This is your 0. Okay. Next one, d cube y by dx cube is equal to 0. Okay. Now these all the things are from the discipline. These are the properties of the problem. Okay. This one. These are the properties of the problem. Okay. Now from that you have to find the variation of the deflection, how deflection is varying. Now for that purpose, first step is we have to approximate the solution. Now here trial solution already I have told you. See here, order of the polynomial should be equal to the order of the differential equation. Okay. Here I have taken fourth order polynomial because my differential equation is also fourth order, and I need boundary conditions. Four boundary conditions, and here there are four boundary conditions. You can see here. See here, differential equation will be given to you. Boundary conditions are also given to you, but in some problems you have to select the polynomial. You have to select the trial solution. Okay. While selecting the trial solution, you have to remember order of the polynomial should be equal to the order of the differential equation. Okay. Here we have fourth order differential equation, so I have taken fourth order polynomial. Okay. Now apply the boundary conditions. Your trial solution or approximate solution should satisfy the boundary conditions. Okay. Should satisfy the boundary conditions. Trial solution should satisfy the boundary conditions. Now what is first boundary condition? At x is equal to 0, you have y is equal to 0. Now when I put x is equal to 0 in this equation, see here, these all terms are becoming 0. That means this term becomes 0, this term becomes 0, this term becomes 0, this term becomes 0, because x is equal to 0. And we have this boundary condition, y at x is equal to 0 is equal to 0. This one. Okay. So what form we will get? We will get 0 is equal to C0. Am I right? 0 is equal to C0. Okay. 0 is equal to C0. Have you got this? Why I have written this one? Because my y is 0 at x is equal to 0. So I will get C0 is equal to 0. Okay. Now this is according to your first boundary condition. Y is 0 is equal to 0. So C0 is equal to 0. This is I will write as a first boundary condition. Now second boundary condition, dy by dx. Now your trial solution will be like this. You see here, y is equal to c1x plus c2x square plus c3x cube plus c4x raised to 4. Okay, x raised to 4. Now I have to calculate the dy by dx. dy by dx is equal to it is equal to c1 plus 2c2x plus 3c3x square. Okay, 3c3x square plus 4c4x cube. 4c4x cube. Am I right? Okay. Now this is your derivative of the trial solution. And that derivative is 0 at x is equal to 0. That derivative is 0 at x is equal to 0. Now when we put this x is equal to 0 in this equation, what we will get? I will write here dy by dx is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0. Now you tell me what you will get from this. Dheeraj Chavan, Amol Patil. C1 is equal to 0. Okay, C1 is equal to 0. Now this is a boundary condition. Now again what I will do, I will again write the polynomial. Now I have got C1 is also 0. Okay, now again I will write the polynomial. Now for writing the polynomial I will put C0 and C1 0. That means I will get y is equal to y is function of x, C2 x square plus C3 x cube plus C4 x raised to 4. Okay, now we need second derivative. Second derivative is 0 at x is equal to L. Now what is second derivative here? d2 y by dx square. d2y by dx square. Now it is first second derivative of this one is C2. Okay, plus second derivative of this is, what is second derivative of this one? First derivative is 3c3x square. Okay, now second derivative is 6 na, 6c3x. Okay, now here first derivative is 4c4x cube, second derivative is 12c4x cube. C4x cube. Okay, if I am wrong you can tell me. Okay, you tell me, or if I made mistake, any mistake, you tell me or you stop me. Okay, Shreyas बरोबर है ना? It is second derivative. Shreyas, you check it. Saira Sindhi, you also check it. If you have problem in calculation of derivative, then also you can ask me. Okay, it is simple thing, so I am taking directly. Shreyas बरोबर आहे का?
सर 2C2 येते का?
2C2, yes, 2C2, yes. It is 2C2. Okay, that's why I asked you have to check it. Okay, 2C2 plus whether it is correct, 6C3x plus 12C4x cube. अमोल पाटील चेक करताय ना? ऋषिकेश कुंभार
सर तिथं 12c4x स्क्वेअर येईल काय?
x स्क्वेअर आहे तिथं.
हो सर,
yes
एक्स स्क्वेअर येईल सर.
yes. मग सांगत जावा की मी here I am checking your concentration. Okay, now this is your x square. Now see here you put the second boundary condition, that is at x is equal to L, this will be 0. That is at x is equal to L, d2 y by dx square is equal to 0. Now I will put these values in this equation, that is 0 is equal to 2c2 plus 6c3 L plus 12 C4 L square. Okay, L square. Now I will divide by 2 whole equation. It becomes C2 plus 3 C3 L plus 6 C4 L square. Okay, 6 C4 L square. Okay. Now I will write here C2 is equal to 3 C3 L plus 6 C4 6 C4 L square. Is it okay? Is it okay? It is minus, not plus. It is minus. It is minus. Okay. Over. Now, according to third boundary condition, you got this one. C2 is equal to 3 C3L plus 6 C4L square. Okay. Now, what I will do, I will I will show you on the slides. Okay. I have explained here process by writing. Now I will erase it and I will show you. This is your, according to second boundary condition, you got C1 is equal to 0. Now for third boundary condition, is it correct? You check it. What I have solved and this one. बरोबर आहे ना? According to third boundary condition. ऋषिकेश कुंभार बरोबर आहे ना हेच? ऋषिकेश कुंभार.
Yes sir, बरोबर आहे.
Now our polynomial. Now again I will differentiate this, that is third derivative. Now your polynomial becomes y equal to C1x, C1 is 0, C2. In place of C2, I have to put this one, na? Minus 3 C3L minus 6 C4 L square into x square plus C3 x cube plus C4 x raised to 4. C4 x raised to 4. Now again I will apply the fourth boundary condition, this one. Fourth boundary condition. For fourth boundary condition, what we need? We need the third derivative. D cube y by dx cube. Now first term will be 0, na? First term will be 0, na? Third derivative. First derivative is x. Second derivative is this constant, and third derivative will be 0. Am I right? Do you agree or not? First term is 0, na? Third derivative. ऋषिकेश कुंभार बरोबर आहे ना?
हो sir.
Next is third derivative of this term. You tell me what is third derivative of this term? It is 3 C3 x square 6, na?
6 C3.
6 C3.
C3.
Okay. Plus here 12, na? 4 C4x secondary x cube. Second derivative is 12 C4 x square. No? I will write here.
X square, sir.
Yes. It is first is 4 C3 x cube. Second is 12 3 x square. 24 C4 x. Okay. Means here it is 24 C4x. Am I right? Or I correct? You check it. ऋषिकेश बरोबर आहे ना? ऋषिकेश ढोरे. Whether it is correct or wrong? Okay. Now this is your what we can say, this is your third derivative. Now third derivative is 0 at x is equal to L. So 6c3 plus 24 c4L equal to 0. Okay, so c3 is equal to 24 divided by 6, it is 4 minus 4 c4L minus c3 is equal to minus 4 c4L. Okay, now you put this term in this equation. Now I will show you again. Okay, now you see here you got c3 is equal to minus 4 c4L. Now you see this, your c0 is 0, c1 is 0, c2 is this one, and c3 is this one. Now you put all the terms in your polynomial. Now your polynomial will be, you see here, this one. Okay, is it necessary to show how I got this one? You can see here y is equal to c2. In place of c2 is minus 3 c3L minus square. Okay, this term is 0, this term is 0 into x square plus c3 plus c3. In place of c3 I will put minus 4 c4L x cube plus c4 x cube. Now you replace this c3 also by this one. It becomes y is equal to, I will write here, y is equal to minus 3 c3L minus, sorry, c, in place of c3 I have to put c4 here. Y is equal to c3 12 c4L square, na, minus plus 12 c4L square. I have replaced this c3 by this one, 4, is correct, c4L square minus 6 c4L square, okay, into x square. Next term is minus 4 c4L x cube plus c4 x raised to 4 is here, x raised to 4. Okay, now this product, we can add, or this 6 we can subtract. It becomes 6 c4L square x square minus 4 c4L x cube plus c4 x raised to 4. This is equal to y. This is equal to y. Now you can check here. Okay, I have taken here c4 is taken common. When we take the c4 common from this, it becomes, this is c4 x raised to 4 minus 4Lx cube plus 6L square x square. You can check it. Is it correct? Whether it is correct or wrong. This one. Rishikesh Kumbar बरोबर है ना? Rishikesh Kumbar.
Yes, sir.
If you are, I am going to stop here. Tomorrow, remaining part I am going to show you tomorrow. Okay. Before that, if you have